Good evening, everyone, distinguished colleagues, scholars, and members of the ASFI community. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the ASFI Journal Club Session 6, where we gather to reflect on another profound contribution in Professor Bright Nwaru's Careers Navigator series, the continuity of Kairos, when destinations are beginnings. I'm Dr. Najla Taha, your session coordinator and moderator. Welcome you all. Today's article is not merely about careers. It is about how growth unfolds, how opportunity appears, how success should be understood. Many people imagine career progress as the sequences of destinations. A degree earned, a fellowship secured, a promotion attained, a leadership role achieved. These moments often feel like arrival, yet Professor Nwaru challenges that common narrative. He argues that major achievements are rarely final destinations. More often, they are moments that prepare us for a new season of responsibility, growth, and influence. This is the essence of Kairos. When readiness meets opportunity, when preparation conveys with timing, and when one response can redirect an entire journey. But in this paper, Kairos is not presented as a single breakthrough. It is presented as a continuing rhythm, woven into the life of anyone who remains active, learning, and purposeful. The article offers 4 reasons why Kairos never truly stops. First, careers are living journeys. They are living journeys. They are not static monuments. As long as we keep moving, learning, and contributing, new intersections between readiness and opportunity continue to emerge. Second, growth never ends. As competence depends, capacity expand, and opportunities appear that were once beyond reach. Third, influence expand relationally. Credibility, trust, and network often become challenges through which future opportunities travel. Fourth, time itself remains fertile. Institutions evolve, priorities shift, fields develop. What was impossible yesterday may become possible tomorrow. Together, these insights remind us that opportunity is not always random. It is often meets those who remain prepared. Yet the paper goes deeper still. It turns from explanation to application and asks a practical question. What next in breakthrough or arrival? Professor Nwaru proposed posture of readiness built on 3 qualities: vigilance, remaining alert after success, determined distinguishing the right door from many good ones, quietness, protecting inner clarity amid noise. These are all anchored by courage to translate recognition into decisive action. The article also leaves us with practical wisdom. Celebrate achievement, but do not settle there. Treat milestones as threshold, not endpoints. Invest deeply in relationships. Protect reflection as influence grows. Expect new opportunities across every career stage. What gives this paper a special force is that it's grounded in lived experience. from doctoral funding to international postdoctoral in transition to fellowship to tenure. Through these moments, the author shows that each success carries the seed of next assignment. Every harvest contains future seed. And that brings us to our purpose this evening. As we engage this paper, I invite each of us to reflect personally. Which achievement in your life once felt like an ending, but later became a beginning? Which quality do you most need now? Vigilance, discernment, quietness, or courage? What opportunities may already be forming quietly around you? If the next Kairos moment came soon, would it find you ready? This article reminds us that careers are shaped not by effort alone, nor timing alone, but by the meeting of both. So tonight, let us engage openly, honestly, and deeply, because Kairos does not belong only to the past. It may already be unfolding now. Welcome to ASFI Journal Club Session 6, and thank you. We'll move to the breakout session discussion. You may wish to identify a facilitator to guide the conversation, a note taker to capture key reflections, a reporter to share highlights with the group. Our goal is not merely to summarize the paper, but to connect it meaningfully to our own academic and professional journey. I will send the questions. We now invite Group A to share their discussion. Group A, we want to hear your reflection. The floor is yours.
Okay.
Who is
So yes, I am representing Group A.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity. So we were asked to look at about 3 questions. Number 1, how does viewing Kairos as a recurring rhythm rather than a one-time breakthrough change our understanding of success? So in our group, we were able to agree that success is attainable, it is achievable. Anyone who desires success can actually experience it because it is not a one-off phenomena. To be successful, you have to be open to the multiple openings that Kairos offer, and not just open to them, engage, because it is a continuous journey. So it is a redefinition of success for us, because we now understand that success doesn't just happen once and for all. It comes over and over again if only we can take advantage of Kairos moments when it comes. Then the second one is, which of the 4 reasons Kairos continues resonates most with your experience? So this is applied to individuals, to every one of us. However, we collectively looked at reasons given to us by Professor Bright why Kairos happens. Number 1 is because Kairos happens because Kairos continues because career is not static but living journey. Right? We agree that career is not static. Of course, we on all of us there. I was saying that we looked at 4 reasons given to us by Prof why Kairos continues. Number 1, because career is not static but
Oh, thank you. Actually, I don't know. I maybe I have a problem in my internet. Uh, hello.
No, she discontinued, Nigla. We hear you very well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Group A. You help us engage the central thesis of today's paper. Cairo is not a single dramatic event, but an ongoing rhythm throughout a living career. Many people think in destination, degrees, titles, promotions, awards, but this article invites us to think in thresholds, that feels like arrival may actually be preparation. That is a profound insight for scholars and professionals alike. Thank you. Thank you. Group B, the floor is yours.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Quality comes most naturally to you, diligence, discernment, or quietness, which is the most difficult. We discussed about this, so almost they mentioned the discernment is the most come more difficult, and the quietness it's come more naturally and easier because it's for quietness. It's you can decide what you can do if you face any challenge, if you could you continue or not. But for discernment, sometimes you feel a bit confused and difficult to choose which door you can look and continue. So it's the most was required in the career decision. It could be the diligence, because at that time if you find any opportunity, it's not easy. If you don't have this skill, maybe you miss the opportunity to grab this opportunity if you don't have the skill for diligence. And for how can quietness help reveal opportunities other might overlook? For quietness, it's in sometime we have some like religion restriction. We need to make like istikhara. We need to stay with myself to see if I can continue with this something or not. After take the decision, you can continue without any give up. And for how can diligence and discernment help in your current you achieve your goal, you find some opportunity arise, and you need to take the decision to go with this opportunity or not. So if you have the diligence, you can grab this opportunity, because the diligence is staying awake after arrival. You have to be awake even after you achieve your goal. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Nadia. Thank you, Group B. You moved us from theory into the inner life of professional growth. This paper reminds us that opportunity alone is never enough. Two people may face the same opening, yet respond differently depending on their readiness. Your reflections show that progress requires not only strategy, but formation. Vigilance, discernment, quietness, anchored by courage. Group C, the floor is yours. Dr. Idea John, representing Group 3.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, in Group C, we had 4 questions that we considered. The first question, we looked at what habit prepares people for future Kairos moment. In our group, we agreed that one need to be diligent. Diligence is a virtue and a habit that one need to possess to prepare, and then ability to multitask so that when the opportunity comes, you'll be ready to take it up. And then resilience. One need to form the habit of being resilient to be able to be prepared And then discipline. We need to be disciplined so that you'll be able to separate between opportunity when it calls. Then the second aspect we looked at the relationship. Which relationship or communities in one's career that requires or that needs strengthening. We agreed in our group that family relationship. Most times, people in their career, you discover that family relationship most times comes in conflict with one's career, which shouldn't be. So you need to know how to manage family relationships so that it will help you realize or to support your career. Building good networks and being responsible. Then we also agreed in our group that one need to build character. In a relationship you need to be trusted. When you deal with people, they should be able to say, okay, I know this person, he can do this. Honesty as well. Then the other question says, which one step will you take in the next 6 to 12 months to stay ready? Okay? So we looked at that you need to acquire the skills that are relevant to your career. You need to acquire skills, and we also agreed in our group that you need to learn how to manage time, because these opportunities will not stay forever. So that when it comes, if you are disciplined and you can manage your time properly, it means you are ready. When it comes, you can easily take it. And lastly, we looked at the fourth question, which says, how can we remain ambitious without being restless? We agreed in our group too that you need to have this spirit of discernment. You should be able to discern so that you remain focused, ambitious without it. Then, and lastly, we looked at you need to prioritize so that it's not everything that comes. You are looking, and it also boils down to being disciplined too, so that you be focused without allowing things to distract you or to take you away from the main focus. These are the things we looked at our group, and now we're able to deal with the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Idea John, and thank you, Group C. You help us translate philosophy into practice. Readiness is rarely accidental. It is built through steady growth, asynthetic relationships, disciplined preparation, and courageous action. Kairos is not only waited for, it is often made by those already developing themselves. Thank you so much to all groups. Thank you to all the three groups for rich and thoughtful contributions. Today's discussion beautifully reflects the architecture of Professor Nwaru paper. Group A reminds us to rethink success itself. Group B reminds us that opportunity requires readiness. Group C reminds us that readiness can be cultivated. Together, these insights form one complete message. Success is not final. Growth is never wasted. Opportunity continues to evolve. Readiness remains our responsibility. Many people ask, when will my opportunity come? But today's paper asks a wiser question. If opportunity came now, what would find prevent me? That shift from waiting to preparing is transformative. Thank you all the groups, and thank you everyone. I invite anyone if from the audience, if you want to add any reflection, the floor is yours. Dr. Shireen?
Yes, Naila.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Naila and the colleagues for the reflections. It is some sort of reflection. Sudan when I came. When we say vigilance, we need to stay alert, yeah, after the success and become comfortable. I think in my culture, you know, when you post-graduated, when you have your dream job that was pay off, so the people they stop, you know, searching or developing their careers because they are seeing themselves, they achieve their goals. They are well educated, they have like an MD or PhD, and they have a good job with well payment. So they stop, you know, developing themselves, getting more advanced in even in their career. So when I read this paper, it is a new idea, you know, that continue in spite of your age. You should continue, you know, keeping skills and knowledge. And second, on the discernment, sometimes the word opportunity itself, it is, you know, take your attention. Like it is opportunity. You need to take it. Even I link it with the quietness. You need to listen to your inner voice. Is this opportunity for you? Is it suits you or no? But sometimes there is an external influences, maybe from the environment where we live, from the family, you know, from your colleagues. Sometimes you take opportunities that not, you know, suits you, I think. And you can leave it, you know, just like 1 month or 2 weeks because you find yourself, this is not for opportunity. This is not your opportunity. This is not your job. So I think, thank you, Prof. Nwaru, for you know, that kind of paper and the information. It gives us, you know, just stop with yourself and think where you are and how you are going to do with yourself and your career in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shireen. Thank you to all groups for your thoughtful contributions. It is now our distinct privilege to invite Professor Bright Nwaru, founder of ASFI, and the author of tonight's featured article, to share his reflection on our discussion and additional insight on the themes explored this evening. Professor Nwaru, we are honored to hear from you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Nejila, for coordinating this session. Thank you, everyone who has participated. And yeah, I have to say thank you, Dr. Sharon, for your final reflections. And I can hear from your voice some of the things I have anticipated, some of the things I have also seen happen, and some of the things I have also experienced. The contradiction that exists between your inner self and the external influences. Many times our decisions are made based on what happens around us that we neglect the inner voice. The inner voice can be subtle, can be very easily ignored, but the external voices can be so powerful and suppress our inner voice. So it is important to hear the inner voice. I was speaking to somebody, I think close to 2 weeks, during a mentorship session. And this person was expressing, will I say, somewhat frustration, somewhat directionlessness, somewhat confused. And so I listened carefully to this person. And after this person spoke, I asked the question, you know, some of the things you have mentioned here now, some of the decisions you want to take, I don't know how much you have taken them to your quiet place, where you are alone, where you can hear only yourself, where you can talk to only yourself, and then hear yourself answer. I don't know how much you have taken this, because from what you have said, I'm just hearing so many voices, people are. And this person said, actually, that they have not really done that. Now, you mentioned a decision you need to take of an opportunity. And the first thing that is coming to you is refusal. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want to develop this. I don't want that. And I'm asking, but what makes you not to want it? What makes you? Have you thought whether that opportunity is actually for you? All right. We went through this, and this person after said, oh, thank you very much, because I've seen that I've not been looking at this carefully. I've not been evaluating it carefully. So just to highlight some of the things Dr. Sherin mentioned, and I think we all go through this process of deciding, making evaluation based on the voices around us. They're important, but don't ignore even your own voice in that decision. But before we go, I want to ask, what is your destination? What is your destination? Where you are now in your career, what is your destination? What would be your point of arrival, where you define, if I get here? Yeah. My goodness. This is not an easy question. It's not an easy question. But I want to let you know tonight that many of us who are here have already defined their destination. And I was also having a mentorship session, and somebody was defining something like this. What is your future career plans? And the person said, I want to be like you. Well, the person didn't know that I've not even arrived myself. No. In fact, the journey is continuous. That is what I have observed. And if I have defined my destination from where I've started, some of the points I have put in those papers, I would have limited myself, missed them. So the main thing in this paper we have just discussed this evening is that Kairos is continuous. Your destination may be your limiting factor. Your destination, defining your destination may be your undoing. All right? And so because Kairos is continuous, it never stops. You can bring other factors, but my own experience that you require these 4 complementary factors: vigilance, discernment, quietness, and courage. And these are powerful things. I've said that the book will come, okay? And there in the book, I will expand more on how you can practice vigilance, how you can practice discernment, how you can practice quietness and courage. Because I've just described this, but you need to have the tools of how to implement them. Vigilance means staying awake even after you have arrived. Staying awake because Kairos is always on emotion. It is moving. All right, staying awake. I don't mean that you go to sleep and then when your eyes are open. No. There's a lot of sensitivity you need to have on what is happening around you, what is happening inside of you, what is happening around the environment. Discernment, when it comes, how do you identify? How do you decide? There are many noises that come with it, but it doesn't make so much noise. How do you discern the right opportunity? Quietness, you need quietness that enables you to hear the subtle witnesses inside, and then courage. Because sometimes it can be scary. Should I take this? Oh no. Oh, I will lose this. And of course, I discuss the issues when it comes to Kairos and why people can Kairos. Comfort. You want to avoid discomforting yourself or things like that. So the posture you need for the next Kairos. I just want to highlight some of the things that can affect us in achieving these 4 things. Some of the things: distractions, fragmentation of attention due to many distracting signals. I've mentioned this, for instance, many voices from the environment, many things happening in your environment. Maybe from your institutions. You're compounded with many tasks to do, and distractions set in, and you're unable to practice quietness that enable you to discern the right moment. Over reliance on chronos. You are so rigid. You are a book person. You can't think outside a box. You can't hear anything else apart from this is the way we do it. You're so bureaucratic. This is the way we do it. That can affect your posture. Affect your posture. Fear of failure. And I've talked about failure before. Leads to hesitation, over analysis, and even can lead you to complete inaction. Perfectionism. You want to wait for the perfect conditions. No. Because Kairos doesn't operate in that way. Kairos doesn't come in a perfect way. It's a window that opens, that you take opportunity that belongs to you. Even when you're not perfect, you will grow and become better. Lack of situational awareness. You see, your environmental cues, your environmental signals are very poor. And I was telling somebody that one of the ways you succeed when you go to an environment is, behave like the local chicken. When I was small, I stayed in the village. You see, they bring a local chicken to a new place and untie it and leave it in that environment. What it does is that it walks 1 foot at a time. It never steps on the 2 feet. It walks on 1 foot at a time. One, and then it raises the other. And as he raises the other, it's scanning the environment to understand what environment, what is happening, where do the chicken sleep, who is there. Many of us just rush into the environment. First of all, understand what are the rules, written and unwritten rules. What are the conversations? How do things happen? Don't be carried away. You need to be situationally aware. All right. Without it, it affects your posture. Weak reflective practice. Yes, it also relates to situational awareness. Your experience, you have not grown in your experience to observe patterns. Every event, you need to go through the same routine again. You have not noticed, oh, I went through this and I've picked my lessons and I have filed them. So when those experiences come again, I know what to do. I bridge the gap. Many of us are not good in practicing our experiences to prepare for the next challenge. Misaligned incentives. Yes. Oh, your university, your institution is saying you have to perform this, you have to perform that, you have to perform this, you have to do that, you have to publish this. Oh, and then you take steps that are contrary to your Kairos because you want to meet those deadlines, you want to meet those expectations. You see your colleagues are going, you are there. I also got somebody was asking me during some of those sessions. I said, well, the first thing you need to do is be process oriented. Develop yourself first. Develop yourself first. If you are output oriented, you want results. You see, as you're doing that, because of the institutional expectations, the more you do, the more empty you become. Develop yourself. And then those output will become automatic. Develop your skills. Develop your character. All right? Lack of preparedness. All right. You do not have the skills. You have shallow knowledge. Your experience is not rich enough to face the next Kairos that comes. All right. Cultural and social conditioning. Yes. There are many things in our culture that can affect our posture for the next Kairos. Emotional states and burnout. Many of us do not know how to reset. Many of us do not know how to rest. Many of us do not know how to recalibrate. I watch many people around me. And one of the things I say is that I think I am one of the laziest scientists. If I see the way many of my colleagues work, because I love to take my rest. I take my sleep. I do other things. I take my time. I live life. Many of us don't do that. You put yourself in a place, you are so stressed, you are so fatigued that you do not even have opportunity to be vigilant or discern. No quietness. No. Your energy is reduced to act in the midst of Kairos. Overconfidence or complacency. Assuming that the opportunities will come, always come again. Well, I missed it, no problem, it will come. It will not always come again. Perhaps it comes, but not in the way it has come before. So that is why you need to be ready. Because Kairos will come again. I use this quote in that paper, T.S. Eliot. What we call the beginning is often the end. Yeah, I don't know if you understand. This first statement is powerful. Perhaps you can reflect about it yourself. What we call the beginning. Are you hearing that? What we call the beginning is often the end. It means that place you're starting is an end of something, but you're beginning. You think it is the beginning, but it's the end of something that is actually also a beginning. Well, I don't know how complicated it is. And to make an end is to make a beginning. Wow, powerful. The end is where we start from. This is Kairos in action. Where you think you're ending is actually where you are starting. The question is never whether another Kairos will come again. It will surely come. The main question is whether Kairos will meet you ready and awake when it comes knocking. I think these are powerful things. If you have not read it, please read it again. If you have read it before, read it again. If you have not shared it with somebody, share it with somebody. Because somebody may be, and since I wrote these papers, because I always get this contact, please, can I come and talk to you? And when they come and talk to me, I say, well, have you read those Kairos papers? No, what is Kairos papers? Okay. I give them the 8. Go and read. Please read this 8. After reading, we meet and discuss. And when they come back, oh, wow. How? You see, those papers were actually talking about what I said, yeah, I knew. That's why I said you should read it. So please share with somebody because it may uplift somebody. Anyway, the book is coming sometime, and I hope it will shape all of us in the right way. Kairos will always come again. Sorry for taking your time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Professor Nwaru, for those generous reflections, thoughtful insights, and for enriching tonight's discussion with the author's own perspective. Your remarks have deepened our understanding of the paper and reminded us that meaningful scholarship is most powerful when it is not only informs minds but shapes lives. Thank you all for your thoughtful reflections and generous participation. Today's discussion reminds us that careers are rarely linear, rarely predictable, and rarely complete at the moment we think we have arrived. One of the deepest lessons from this paper is simple: achievement is real, but it is rarely final. Every milestone carries within it the possibility of a new beginning. We also reflected that readiness is not only external, it requires vigilance to notice, discernment to choose, quietness to hear clearly, all anchored by courage to translate recognition into decisive action. These are not only career skills, they are life disciplines. Whether we are students, researchers, leaders or professional in transitions, the message remains: stay developing, stay attentive, stay grounded, stay ready, because the next meaningful opportunity may not arrive dramatically. It may come quietly through a conversation, an invitation, an idea, or a conviction that refuses to disappear. On behalf of the ASFI Channel Club, thank you for your presence, your wisdom, and your participation. And thank you to Professor Bright Nwaru for a paper that does more than inform us. It invites us to live intentionally. We look forward to seeing you at our upcoming journal session. Before we conclude, I invite each of us to reflect silently. If your next Kairos moment arrived this year, what would it need to find already prepared in you? May we all recognize the thresholds hidden inside our present season. Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Prof. Bright.
Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Night.